Now to our next story. For years, an excess of reasonably priced homes made it a ripe market for buyers. But now, with the economy picking up and more people ready to buy, the tables have turned and sellers have the edge. The reason is simple. There are not enough homes for sale to satisfy the new demand. And that's leading to bidding wars, cash offers above asking price, and plenty of frustration for the average buyer.
Oh, I love Boston so much.
In case the accent didn't tip you off, Brittany Gelfand is not a native Bostonian.
I'm a Jets fan, so go Jets.
The 25-year-old moved to this tiny Brookline studio last year, and she's tired of paying rent.
Renting, to me, just seems like a complete waste of money. I feel like I'm flushing money down the toilet every month.
Gelfand wants to buy a condo and has made offers in Brookline and Brighton, all above asking price. But she's been beaten out each time in favor of a cash buyer, sometimes paying below her bid.
You get a phone call later, and they don't sugarcoat it. Not that I want them to, but they're like, bad news, you didn't get it. And it crushes me every time. It's really hard because I get so hyped up about this place. It's going to be my own finally, and then it's just not.
Brookline is one of several local communities seeing a surge in bidding wars, according to the Boston Business Journal. Roughly a quarter of the homes recently put on the market have sold for above asking price. And they go fast. Gelfand says desirable properties get snapped up in a matter of hours.
If I look at a listing online and I see that it's on for a day, I have no shot. If I see something that's on for 14 days, which you would think is a reasonable amount of time, you have to think, what's wrong with this apartment?
Tim Warren heads up the Warren Group, which tracks the real estate market. He says he's seen a spike in the number of homes sold in less than a month.
We're facing maybe not quite a feeding frenzy, but something that's getting a little bit close to that.
Warren blames low inventory for that frenzy and tells buyers like Gelfand to be ready to fight for what they want.
There are a lot of people out there doing the same thing, so being aggressive and being ready to act and gaining knowledge, I think is the best thing that people can do.
Warren also advises patience. He expects buyers will get some relief as more homes come on the market this spring. Meanwhile, Gelfand says her house hunting continues.
It won't fall into my lap, so I just have to keep going out there and looking for something. Hope for the best.
And with me now are Pat Villani of Coldwell Banker and Boston Globe business reporter Jennifer McKim. Welcome to both of you. So I guess it's a good news, bad news thing about this. I mean, and part of the issue is that if there were a flood of houses on the market, it would create the other situation. So, I mean, the good news is if people put their house on the market, they're going to sell it very quickly.
They really are, and it's very discouraging for the realtors that are showing the properties too, because when you have multiple offers, you have many people that lose, and no one wants that. They really don't. And as much as homes are selling above asking price, the multiple offers can also mean homes that are selling not quite at asking price. So the contingencies are being pulled out.
Yeah.
It's just a very difficult, frustrating
Have you had
time.
a lot of those yourself?
Very much.
Mostly where? Brookline, Boston, those places?
Everywhere. I mean,
Really?
we cover 4 states, and we have multiple offers in 4 states. So it's just an amazing phenomenon that's happening again. We've had it before, and now we're having it again. We're having it again. And until we get more houses on the market so that it becomes more of a stable market as far as buyers and sellers, we're going to see that happen.
Yeah, down 29% from last year.
Yes.
That's amazing.
It is.
So, Jennifer, the phenomenon I find just shocking is this cash routine. Who's got that kind of cash? Well, it's like, oh, whoa, here's $450,000. Here's 1.2. It's like they're writing checks.
Right. Well, it's not us, of course, but it is definitely a lot of investors are out there too. Yeah. Lots of investors are out there buying properties, seeing profits in these places all over.
They're just grabbing them. They're not even necessarily living in them.
Right. No. It's back to the we'll fix it up, because a lot of people don't have that kind of cash, and now, especially with this bidding wars, they're asking for people to have at least 20% down, if not all cash. So yeah, it's a lot of investors out there going for whatever they can.
So it's not That makes sense. It's not the person who's moving into the apartment. It's investors snapping these things up. People who have lots of money who are trying to make more.
Exactly.
Is this a new phenomenon too, though?
No, it's really not. I mean, it's been happening for years. But it also, there's a lot of people that rented properties. They sold their homes a few years ago. And because of the lack of inventory, they rented properties until the right home came on the market. So many of them do have cash or a very large down payment. So they will remove a mortgage contingency, which makes it very hard for someone else that is going through a standard offer with their realtor. And that makes a big difference when a buyer approaches a seller and says, no contingencies, I'll move forward. The seller knows they've got a done deal.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, we don't care about the radon in the basement.
Exactly.
Right. All these people who had FHA loans, which was a big way for people to finance homes, now they're out of it because that's 3.5% or so. I mean, so there's all the first-time home buyers who don't know anything when they walk into a property. They don't know to check for things. It's really hard for them to go in there and to waive contingencies.
So are the brokers partly to blame in this?
No. No, I feel very strongly that way.
They don't price at a point knowing they're going to get a bidding war?
No, they really don't, because as I said, they're the ones that are blamed when the other people do not get the home. When the other buyers lose out, they blame the broker, because many of them don't believe that there could possibly be this many offers. But there are. I mean, we had 29 offers on one property this weekend.
Really?
We did.
Where was it?
Actually, it was in Cambridge.
I heard Cambridge is really
hot. So, they need the advice of a good agent, because there's nothing worse than going into a transaction and removing all your contingencies and putting your deposit at risk. And a good realtor will help counsel you on what's the right thing to do to make sure you're ready to do something like that. And for some people, they never will be. It's too much of a personal risk.
As you pointed out, Pat, this is a trend, and we've seen this before. But I don't think the interest rates have ever been so low.
Right, so people are attracted by all these crazy. Right now, they're seeing these rates are so low, they're afraid they're going to go up. They're also seeing this low inventory, and the real sense is that the housing market is improving. So the prices we've really hit our bottom, and it's going to move up. So for a lot of reasons, it's that time to move.
So why aren't more people putting their houses on the market? Is for what I said in the beginning. It's like, well, if I sell my house, I'm going to be in a bidding war for some other thing that if I downsize, I'm going to get into another jumble with somebody else. So.
Well, part of it is the weather. I mean, we've had such a very bad. I mean, nothing looks good with 2 feet of snow in the yard, and
it's all dirty.
It's dirty, and it just makes it difficult. It's icy. So I know that over the next 45 days, we'll see more properties come on the market, which is wonderful. But we'll also see prices escalate as we move along. So the interest rates, they've got the best buying power right now than they've had. These interest rates are just phenomenal. So it really is a good time to buy. And as far as if you're selling your house and you're looking for something, that's when you really need the expertise of someone that can help you find a property, because we're selling a lot of properties that don't even come on the market.
Yeah,
some
that's
people are saying
phenomenon. I got to get in on that.
I know.
Some people are saying about the sellers, where are they? Everybody's saying, where are they? And there is that issue. Some people are also wondering, maybe if I wait a year, I'll get more money for it. Some people are still underwater. I mean, we still have homes that have not gone up in value. So while prices are going up, we are still about 16% below statewide. So they can't afford. They won't make the money back. So there's a lot of reasons why people are stuck right now.
So, I mean, tax bases don't seem to have anything to do with it anymore. It's like they don't even look at that.
They don't even look at that. No, they really don't. I mean, there's a lot of people that have waited to buy a home, and they're ready to buy now. And there are sellers that really will stop and think, this might be the best time for me to sell my home, whether they're retiring or moving to something smaller or lifestyle change, whatever it is. So we do anticipate more homes coming on.
All right, well, we'll keep a sharp eye on this. I'm always reading the real estate sections. I love it.
We all do.
Right,
we all do, no matter where I go.
We do. I know. Pat, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, wherever. Van. All right, when we continue. He's known best as the character Peter Brady, but actor Christopher Knight has moved on, and he's here in town for an issue close to his heart.